been about a month, but your girl's been busy and we have some catching up to do. You can probably see that I'm not in my normal house, and that's because I'm in Sydney at the moment, and this entire vlog is bringing you guys along as I tick off one of my biggest goals for 2024 and a vision board moment / career highlight. I am in Sydney with Instagram. Not just an Instagram event, not just a brand event like through Instagram. The Instagram invited me to an event in Sydney, and here I am. I have just bought a copious amount of food because I'm so hungry. So I thought, let's catch up while I have some lunch / breakfast. I've over ordered. Also, there's some, they're installing security cameras on the room above me, apparently, according to this. So if you hear some noises, that's what it is. It's only running till 4 p.m. Thank God. I was really worried it was going to run until the nighttime. But look what I bought for room service. Before we get stuck into anything, truffle fries and a big fat burger, which I'm so excited about. I didn't realize that the burger also came with fries, so I've got double fries, and it's just like I'm slimming at the moment. So at the beginning of this year, I said to my girlfriends, I really want to be invited to either a TikTok event, like the TikTok Awards or something, which is kind of ironic because I don't even TikTok. So like, how would you get invited to that? Or an Instagram event. And I want specifically Instagram to invite me to like reach out officially and formally and invite me to an event. Last week, I received word that I was shortlisted out of, I think it's like 1,300 Australian and New Zealand creators to attend this launch event at the Instagram HQ in Sydney. Now, only 5 of us were selected, and we are like part of this like creator group that you have to be invited to. They shortlisted all these people. Yeah, they selected 5 of us based on like a range of criteria. But now I'm in this bougie ass hotel and the event is in a couple of hours. So I'm just like, I'm a little bit shook. Like I can't believe that I'm here to begin with. I got invited by Instagram. I've ticked off a major goal for my personal brand this year, and it's like a full vision board moment. And it's just a little bit wow. So many beautiful things happened today. So I'm staying at the Langham, super fucking bougie. And I got to the desk and they told me that my room has been upgraded to like top floor, harbor view. Everything in this hotel, the theme of this hotel is baby pink. Like, oh, these chips are good too. Wow. The purpose of the launch event through Instagram is because they are launching the official Instagram podcast. Like Instagram is coming out with a podcast, and we are going to the Instagram HQ and like seeing it for the first time, seeing the guests, seeing the host, and just like celebrating the launch with a whole heap of other creators, which I am so excited about because I'm a podcast host. I understand how incredible podcast launches are and how amazing, you know, community building podcasts are. So I'm excited, and I feel like, you know, me being a part of this launch is just so organic because I get it. I love podcasts. I host a podcast. I believe in podcasts. I think they're a fabulous way to grow. I think they're a fabulous way to foster your community. So I'm here for it, Instagram. I wanted to vlog this mostly for me. It's a bit of a selfish vlog because this is something I'm going to look back on and be like, holy shit, I did that. She ticked that off. So I actually have bought an outfit that I'm not sure I love, which is really frightening. I actually haven't tried it on. I just shoved it in my suitcase. So I'm hoping it's cute. But let me show you the rest of my room service. It's bonkers. Hang on. So truffle fries, these are bloody delicious. Then we have the burger with more fries, which I will not be eating because I'm already low-key full. We got all these sauces, all the condiments. I've literally never stayed in a place so beautiful and bougie, like literally blessed. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this in peace so you don't have to watch me shoving chips down my face, and I'll check back in with you guys when I'm ready to rock and roll. I really hope I like my outfit. Time will tell. I'll check back in a couple of hours. Let's just say, thank God we bought the Sumbers because I hated this outfit with my original shoes. So we've got a long denim skirt. This is from Petal & Pup. This is from David Jones. This is from like my corporate era. And then we've just got Sumbers, which I actually think is more appropriate than heels, to be completely honest with you. Because it is like we're going into the Instagram offices and it's like still in business hours. So it felt a little bit like OTT to wear heels. So I'm glad that I bought my Sumbers. Got my YSL handbag, of course. And we're pretty much ready. Shit, I have to order my Uber soon. I think it's giving like cool girl chic. And if you don't agree, too bad because it's all I got. Getting a bit nervous now. Fumbling because I'm nervous. I'm just gonna put some perfume on. Okay, we've got the good old Chloe perfume. This is actually my wedding scent. So there's so many beautiful memories attached to this scent. I like to wear it when something big is happening, or a birthday or an occasion or a milestone. And that is today. All right, it's 2:22. I think I'm gonna have to order my Uber in a couple of minutes. So, all right. I'm just gonna change my battery over so we got enough battery to last us the event. Lip gloss, ID, which we need apparently, phone. All right, stop stressing. It's fine, it's fine. Go down to the lobby and just wait, because I've got time anxiety where if I'm like even a millisecond late, I'm like rude, no one likes me. I also don't want to be really early, you know what I mean? Because sometimes if you're too early, you're waiting around for the guests to arrive. You're just like waiting around with the hosts and it's a bit awkward. Let's go. I look like a little bit of a foot this morning. Rocking, no makeup. Just don't really know where to start. Guys, what just happened? I just went to an Instagram event last night. Let's start with the bad news. So last night I had every intention to come home and like fill you guys in straight away. But last night I got a really dodgy Uber driver, like scary Uber driver. Not like a bad experience per se, but like very just a bit dodgy. So like I won't give you the full story because I'm going to report it to like the Uber, like through Uber. But essentially he took like half an hour to pick me up. He was initially 2 minutes away and he kept going the wrong way so many times. Anyway, by the time he picked me up, I was freezing. Like it was so cold, so windy, and it was pitch black. I got in the car and then all of a sudden he didn't know where I was going. Something just stopped working in his app. I told him I'm staying at the Langham. He didn't know how to spell the Langham. He was fumbling. He had 2 phones that he was going between. He couldn't figure out how to use the map. At this point, he was like pulled over on the side of the road. He locked the car and I was like, I undid my seatbelt because I was like, I'm going to get out the minute something dodgy happens. He had already locked the car though, so I was like looking to see if there was people out walking on the sidewalk, the footpath, like next to the car, which there was, thank God. But I was like fully getting ready to like skedaddle out of the car because he was doing some dodgy behavior. And then when he realized that the Langham was not very far from where I was, like where he picked me up, he said, well, it's only 4 minutes away, can you just walk? I was like, bro, I'm not from here. It's pitch black, it's freezing. I don't feel safe outside by myself walking. No, you can drive me. That's why I've ordered an Uber. Anyway, he threw a bit of a tantrum and he got a bit angry. Then he reversed into a fucking motorbike. I got home in the end, thank God, but like I've got to fully report him and all that kind of stuff. And also when I get into, I don't know whether you can see it on my lip, but it's like, it was a little like cold sore brewing. So really funny story. Whenever something is either like energetically off, like I'm out of alignment, something doesn't feel good, my intuition is screaming at me, or I'm like really highly stressed, like fight or flight, I break out in a cold sore. And as that situation happened with the Uber last night, I could feel a cold sore coming on. I've got it in time. Like I actually had to, so I got home and realized I didn't bring my little cold sore cream for the first time ever. I always pack it, always. So I had to pay $40 for an Uber to go to a chemist and then pick up the cold sore cream and then drop it back. You know how you can do like the supermarket Uber thing? So I had to do that. $40 I paid for like a 6-minute trip for this man to go and collect something from the pharmacy. Anyway, whatever. But that's how serious the fight or flight mode was turned on last night with this Uber driver. So much so I broke out in a fucking blister on my lip. Anyway, that's the downside to last night, but luckily it did not ruin my night, thank God. I had every intention to like come home and tell you guys all about the event, but I kind of just needed to like decompress. Like, not only was I at an event, very highly social event for like hours, so my social battery was drained. I'd also just come out of like a fight or flight moment, so I was like, I haven't got the energy to talk and debrief right now. So I just called Zach and I was like, hey, I need to decompress with you on the phone. I was holding like, I had to like call the reception and ask for some ice so I could ice my lip while I was waiting for my Zavirax to come via the Uber. Anyway, besides the Uber driver being a creep and a weirdo and so incompetent, I got back, decompressed, had a shower, got into my Jimmy Jams. Actually, I went for a walk. I went to the gym and went for a walk on the treadmill for about an hour so I could just like move any energy that was like just stagnant sitting in there from like the adrenaline. Then I got changed into jammies and then I did a little bit of laptop work and then fell asleep. But last night, highlight of my career, like one of the highlights of my career easily. There were so many of my favorite creators there, like a lot of like TikTokers. I saw Sofa Dofa. I met G-Flip. She was one of the hosts. I didn't even tell you guys. So essentially what the event was for was to celebrate the launch of Instagram's brand new podcast, Off the Handle, that's what it's called. And they actually interview some of Instagram's most interesting and influential people, not just influencers per se, but like creators. So there was G-Flip there last night. That's one of the guests on the podcast, but she was also there to like celebrate, and she was interviewed like on a live podcast, I suppose. So she was there. Sofa Dofa is also a guest in upcoming episodes, and she was also a guest at the event. Saw her, met her. She was lovely. I met my manager in real life. Like, I've met her and we've spoken through like Google Meets or whatever, or Zoom or whatever, but because she's Sydney based, I met her for the first time. She's so beautiful. I love her. Lucy, I love you. Who else was there? There was a whole heap of creators, not just influencers. Like, of course, when I say influencers, I think of like, I guess my friends and like the people in my direct industry, in my direct niche who create the same kind of content. But this event was so different because it had such a diverse range of creators. So not just influencers per se, but people who create for a living. I met one of these girls, her name is Eve, and she does like Sydney guides, like where to eat in Sydney, where to visit in Sydney, what to see in Sydney, and she has like 200 and something thousand followers on that platform. Like, she's so cool. I met a makeup artist, Ken. There was just so many like cool, unique people that were just so awesome. Like, they were just so cool to talk to and to meet and to, you know, and I just love that these events kind of like mesh together creators from all over Australia across so many different industries and niches. And it's just, I went into that event knowing nobody. Like, I could not even tell you one single soul. There was not one person I knew, like no influencer from the Gold Coast, like no, there was no one. And I have been in like a little, I don't think I've spoken about this to anyone except like online. My friends know, and obviously Zach knows, but like I have been in a really, really isolating period in my life. It was like a self-inflicted kind of isolation. And it was just because like, I don't know, I kind of just went in a little bit of like an inward season where I just didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to really make plans with anyone. I just wanted to work. I just wanted to be with my husband, be with my dogs and my family. And that was literally it. So I'm going to say since we've got back from America, which was in April, I've just been like going under the radar. I have hardly seen any of my friends. I very rarely go out and make plans. And so I feel like I was in my hermit mode for about 3 months. For a while there, Zach was like, are you okay? Like, are you depressed? Because I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to make plans with anyone. And I was fine. I was just like in a bit of a hustle season in my hermit mode. So I feel like going to an event that is so high caliber, like a Meta event, like I actually went to the fucking Meta HQ. Like, that's crazy. Like, I was very conscious of how much I filmed in there because I don't know whether I'm allowed to tell you guys this. But there was like a specific sign-in procedure. We had like little lanyards with our names printed on them. Everything was so official and so proper, which I loved. But yeah, the Meta offices was so amazing. The event space was amazing. Everything was just incredible. Like you guys would have seen some shots and some clips and some stories and things like that I put on the other clip. But yeah, it was just such an incredible event, such an incredible night. And to be honest, guys, I'm feeling so inspired now. Like going to these events with that level of like quality and with that level of creators, it's just like, it kind of shone a light on how I've gotten so comfortable in my direct circle, in my direct niche, in my direct industry. And I'm like, there is so much room for me to grow, and there is so much room for me to be a little bit more different and be a little bit more like out of the norm or out of the box. I don't know, just being around creators that kind of disrupt the industry is very, very motivating and inspiring. So I have to leave for the airport in a couple of hours. I just had a big buffet breakfast and the sun has just come out. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go for a walk around Sydney, and then I'm gonna come back and do a couple of hours of work, and then I'm gonna head to the airport and get there early and just sit in the lounge for a little while. This trip has just been everything I wanted and more. From like where I stayed to like the little upgrade that I got when I checked in here, like the buffet breakfast, the sleep, the bed, everything was just so top tier. Like the entire experience, going to Meta, staying at the Langham, getting upgraded, like just these little things that I'm so incredibly grateful for that have just piled up in this trip that to like just give me the most amazing experience. I'm so grateful, universe. Thank you. Whoever's looking out for me, Papa, angels. I'm just so grateful. I actually bought my journal and I'm going to do a bit of like a journaling session just to like mentally debrief of what's happened, and I'm just like all up in my feels right now. And I just need to say, and I feel like I say this a lot, especially as of late, but it's because of you guys that I'm able to do this. Now, of course, there's a fine line here. I am the creator behind the platform. It is me that's coming up with these ideas and what have you. But without your support, without your engagement, the likes, the comments, the shares, the views, whatever it is that you do for me, all that you do for me piles up and contributes more than you probably realize. And I just need to say, like from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful for every single one of you. Like there is not a day that I don't wake up and I'm like, for giving me the life, giving me the beautiful internet friends that support me and who genuinely care. I don't want to get emotional. I'm feeling emotional at the moment. My period's coming. Let me just check. Hang on. I'm feeling really emotional right now. I don't want to cry. Of course, period's coming in 4 days. I use the Stardust app, by the way, and it's telling me I'm day 25 out of my 28-day cycle, and the message for today is, hello darkness. PMS is approaching and your low estrogen levels got you feeling like a damn goblin. Prioritize sleep. I wouldn't say I feel like a goblin. I feel like an emotional, happy jelly bean. That's what I feel like. Like I'm a beautiful, orange, happy jelly bean, but I'm a little bit like emotional because I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. Anyway, I feel like I'm yapping on and I'm being a sappy, soppy, emotional jelly bean today. So I just wanted to say once again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting me. I'm not going to end the vlog here just yet. I am going to take you around when I get up to, check in with you. I'm so excited. Look, I love going away. I love my alone time, but also I'm obsessed with my husband and I'm obsessed with my dogs and I miss them. I'm actually going to clean the apartment, make the bed. I know I don't need to because that's what housekeeping's for, but wouldn't it be nice to come into a hotel room as a housekeeper or like a room keeper, like a hotel housekeeper, and be like, oh my God, they made the bed. Oh my God, they've put all their dirty towels in the bath for me to collect instead of me having to go around and pick them up myself. Like it's just those little things. So I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling grateful as a byproduct of all these little tiny things. So I'm gonna pass that on to my housekeeper, do a little whiz of the room, make my bed. I know she's gonna take the clothes off anyway, but I'm gonna pick up my shit. I'm gonna put everything in the bin. I'm going to dispose of all the rubbish so that she can come in and be like, oh, I feel grateful for this person.